Here we go! The episode begins with young sad girl on a boat heading towards a city with a big statue in front of it. I wonder if this statue is anatomically correct. Hopefully he's wearing underwear, or young sad girl's about to look up at some big stone testicles. And perhaps a butthole. Let's move on. Young sad girl sails right through the bustling city and continues on to a big building called the House of Black and White. Apparently she's looking for someone, and I'm going to guess that it's third person guy because in episode 10 of this season she's working with him. She knocks on the door and an old man in a Jedi robe answers. Young sad girl shows him a coin and says that third person guy gave it to her. Old Jedi says that third person guy isn't here and closes the door on her face. That guy is definitely third person guy, just wearing one of those super realistic masks. Young sad girl sits down and waits around all day, saying the names of people she wants to kill, including Filch, which she does in season 6. She waits all night, and then the next day she loses her patience and throws that coin that third person guy gave her into the water. We cut to Tall Woman and Cleavage Lover at a restaurant. The last time I saw these two in season 4, they were looking for young sad girl and red haired queen. And speak of the devil, we see red haired queen and rat assistant at the very same restaurant. These two are gross, they should never be in the same room together. Rat assistant says his marriage proposal has been accepted. He just killed his last wife like 5 episodes ago. Who is he marrying now? Cleavage Lover sees them and tells Tall Woman. Rat assistant has like 10 nights with him, but Tall Woman doesn't seem to care. She tells Cleavage Lover to get the horses ready. I think she's gonna go try to snag red-haired queen. Ugh, what? Red-haired queen's hair is black. I hate this. Red-haired queen, your name is red-haired queen. You're supposed to have red hair. You don't see Tall Woman running off and shrinking by 2 feet. Tall Woman walks right up to Rat Assistant and Red-Haired Queen, and Rat Assistant remembers her and allows her to join them. Tall Woman kneels before Red-Haired Queen and tells her that she told Mama Stark that she would protect Red-Haired Queen and young sad girl. Rat Assistant then says that he thought Tall Woman worked for Short King, and then he accuses her of killing Short King. God, I hate Rat Assistant. Tall Woman says that a shadow with the face of Son of Fire killed Short King, aka the demon monster woman with red hair gave birth to in season 2. Rat Assistant says that as Red-Haired Queen's uncle, gross, he doesn't want Tall Woman anywhere near Red-Haired Queen. Tall Woman turns to Red-Haired Queen and asks to speak with her privately, but she says no and tells her to leave. I don't like Red-Haired Queen's attitude right now. I think it's the hair color, if I'm being honest. When she has red hair, she's generally a pretty nice girl, and now that she's got this black hair, she's acting all mean and dark. Rat Assistant tells Tall Woman to hang out with them, but then Tall Woman elbows a guard in the face and runs outside. She chops the horse stand. Horse stand? It's like a bike stand, but for horses. Yes, a horse stand. And then she yells for the horses to run away. Then she jumps on her horse, kills a dude, and rides away. Her and Cleavage Lover ride through the woods together, but Cleavage Lover can't control his horse and they get separated. The guards split up, and Tall Woman loses the ones chasing her pretty easily. We see Cleavage Lover yelling at his horse to stop, but the horse bucks him off into the water. This horse is a jerk. It rides away and leaves Cleavage Lover all alone. One of the guards finds him and tries to kill him, but Tall Woman shows up and kills the guard, and then another guard. Tall Woman says that she saw Red-Haired Queen riding away and that they need to go follow her. And Cleavage Lover says that if both Stark girls refused her service, that she doesn't need to protect them anymore. So they did find young sad girl before this, but she told them to buzz off. Why won't these Stark girls go with this awesome tall lady and her cleavage-loving assistant? We cut to Short-Haired Queen and Handsome Man in Armor opening a weird package with a snake holding a necklace inside. Apparently the necklace belongs to their daughter who gets killed by Poison Lips in episode 10. So Poison Lips is threatening Short-Haired Queen with this necklace. Short-Haired Queen says that Handsome Man in Armor has been a terrible father to their children. And Handsome Man in Armor is like, yeah, duh, I'm trying to keep this whole thing a secret, dummy. Short-Haired Queen is mad because Jeffrey got killed at his wedding, their daughter is about to be killed by Poison Lips, and Justin Bieber is about to marry Margarine. Handsome Man in Armor says he's going to go get his daughter from Poison Lips and bring her home, which is where we see him in episode 10. At what point did Short-Haired Queen stop loving Handsome Man in Armor? Like in season 1, they're definitely in love with each other. But like in these later seasons, they don't seem to like each other that much at all. Maybe these siblings shouldn't be dating each other. Who knew? We cut to Greasy Mullet Guy listening to a woman who I think is his fiance talk about their upcoming wedding. I'm pretty sure Greasy Mullet Guy is just marrying her for her family's castle, and he even tells his fiance that her sister who will inherit the castle is going to get what's coming to her. Then they see Handsome Man in Armor waiting for them. Greasy Mullet Guy's fiance clearly wants to pork Handsome Man in Armor, and I can't really blame her. Greasy Mullet Guy isn't ugly or anything, but Handsome Man in Armor is just like the sexiest dude on the show by far, right? I mean, who even comes close? Bastard King? He's a good looking guy, but Handsome Man in Armor, I'd take him 9 times out of 10. Do I secretly want to Handsome Man in Armor? Handsome Man in Armor hands Greasy Mullet Guy a paper that says Greasy Mullet Guy's fiance is going to marry someone else. Greasy Mullet Guy is mad, but Handsome Man in Armor says that if he helps him get his daughter back, he'll give him a much better girl with a much better castle. And then we immediately cut to Poison Lips looking at Short-Haired Queen's daughter. Is Handsome Man in Armor planning on marrying Greasy Mullet Guy to his own daughter? Poison Lips talks to Dreamy Guy's brother, who is either in a throne or in a wheelchair. Poison Lips was dating Dreamy Guy when he got his head smushed by Shaq in season 4, so that must be why Poison Lips kills Short-Haired Queen's daughter. Poison Lips wants Dreamy Guy's brother to go to war with the Lannisters, but he says no, and then she kind of threatens him before walking away. I am shocked that Dreamy Guy's brother survives all the way to episode 10 of this season. Also, is that a wheelchair? Or does he just take his throne around everywhere? Or is his wheelchair his throne? These are the kind of questions I have to ask when the episode is this boring. We cut to Horny Dude walking with the less beautiful but more leathery Leather Boy. They break into a house looking for a group called the Sons of the Harpy, but the house is empty. Or at least it seems empty until Leather Boy stabs through a wall and a guy falls through. Then Horny Dude finds a creepy mask. I'm pretty sure this is my first time hearing about Sons of the Harpy, but it kinda sounds like Sons of Anarchy, so I'm going to guess that it's a motorcycle gang. We cut to Legolas Queen having a meeting with her council. Apparently, whoever is in charge of the Sons of the Harpy wants to bring back slavery to the city. Is this the same city that Legolas Queen took over in season 3? I'll never know where anyone is. They debate whether to kill that guy on the wall, and then Legolas Queen dismisses her council. Gray-haired man stays back and tells Legolas Queen that her dad, the Mad King, was a terrible guy. He's telling her this as a warning to not just go around killing everybody that she captures, so she agrees to give that guy in the wall a fair trial. Alright guys, I'm halfway through the episode and I'm falling asleep. This episode is a big fat snoozer. But hey, we're here, so let's just power through it, huh? We cut to Peter Dinklage and Bald Guy in a carriage. Now this is interesting. The last time I saw Peter Dinklage in season 4, Dreamy Guy had just lost in a trial by combat, so Peter Dinklage should be dead right now, but he somehow escaped. Bald Guy seems to be helping Peter Dinklage, and he mentions that Short-Haired Queen has a bounty on Peter Dinklage's head. Oh, okay, so they're on their way to Legolas Queen. This makes a lot of sense. Short-Haired Queen wants Peter Dinklage dead, right? So what better place to go than Short-Haired Queen's enemy's house? And Bald Guy has always talked about how powerful Legolas Queen is, so he was probably eager at the opportunity to switch over to her side. Peter Dinklage wants to leave the carriage, but Bald Guy says that it isn't safe. Peter Dinklage then says, what, is she gonna go around killing every dwarf that she sees? And then we immediately cut to a dwarf's chopped off head. Short-Haired Queen tells the men who brought it to her that it's not the right dwarf. She just shrugs it off and is basically like, hey, mistakes are gonna happen, go try again. If I'm a dwarf living in this climate, I'm gonna do one of two things. I'm either gonna go buy some stilts and put them in my jeans and walk around and act like I'm a 6-foot tall man, or I'm gonna get a face tattoo that says, I'm not that dwarf, don't kill me. Short-Haired Queen tells the men to take the head and leave, but Short-Haired Queen's assistant asks if he can keep the head for his work. What? What kind of a job do you have that you need a severed dwarf's head? Oh. Are you gonna do sex stuff with it? We follow Short-Haired Queen into a room full of people, including old Kinky Chains. They all want to be the hand to the king, but Short-Haired Queen says that Justin Bieber can't choose a hand until he's older. She names her assistant the Master of Whisperers, which adds yet another wrinkle to this dude's weird character. Oh, I see. Bald Guy used to be the Master of Whisperers, but now he's gone, so they're filling his and Peter Dinklage's old roles. This guy's name is Uncle Kevin, which is a hilariously normal name for this show. He calls out Short-Haired Queen for trying to control everything when her son is really the king. Yes, Uncle Kevin! But just as quickly as Uncle Kevin entered my life, he leaves it and says he'll wait for Justin Bieber to send for him. I really hope that's not the last time that I see Uncle Kevin. I mean, the dude has a really hilarious name, and he was the only person brave enough to stand up to Short-Haired Queen. Just because his name is Uncle Kevin, he is now one of my favorite characters for sure. Which means they're gonna kill him. We cut to Heavyset Guy's wife learning how to read. The girl teaching her looks super young on half of her face, but super wrinkly and old on the other half. Kind of like Two-Face from Batman. Apparently she had a disease called Greyscale when she was a baby, but it was cured. Heavyset Guy's wife says that her sisters had the same thing and it made them basically turn into animals, and then her dad had to kill them. Is this important at all? Like, does Greyscale ever come back in this show? Two-Face's mom walks in and tells Two-Face that she needs to stay away from Heavyset Guy's wife because she's a wildling. What a racist. We cut to Son of Fire talking about how he burned Mance Rayder alive. Apparently Bastard King tried to stop him and now Son of Fire is mad at him. Son of Fire is trying to assemble an army, but nobody wants to join him. He tells Bastard King that if he kneels before him and pledges himself to him, that he'll make Bastard King officially a Stark somehow. So Son of Fire is assembling this army, right? And if Bastard King becomes a Stark, then he'll be leader of the North and Son of Fire can have the Northerners in his army. Bastard King is telling Heavyset Guy that he wants to be a Stark so badly, but he's gonna refuse Son of Fire because he swore himself to the Night's Watch. Watch. Yeah, I also swore to myself that I would go to the gym this year, but you don't see me being true to my word. They're having an election for who the new Lord Commander of the Night's Watch will be, and it seems to be between two people, but I'm pretty confident Bastard King will somehow win. Ah, here we go. Heavyset Guy speaks up, and then Chainmail Guy calls him a wildling lover. Heavyset Guy then absolutely roasts Chainmail Guy, saying he hid during the entire battle that they apparently just had. Then Heavyset Guy makes a case for Bastard King to be Lord Commander. He talks about all the great things Bastard King has done, and everyone claps and cheers. I honestly think that Heavyset Guy loves Bastard King more than he loves his own wife. Then Tiny Eyes gets up and questions whether Bastard King wants to lead the Night's Watch or the Wildlings. Tiny Eyes brings up Bastard King being in a tent with Mance Rayder, which is like the 4th time I've heard about this, but I still have no idea what happened in that stupid tent. Everybody votes, and then they tally the votes right away, and it's a tie. But then I guess this old dude gets a vote and he votes for Bastard King. Ultimately, this election that makes Bastard King the Lord Commander gets him killed in the season 5 finale. So between now and then, he must do some really divisive stuff. We cut to young sad girl decapitating a bird. I wonder if that was Jack Sparrow. I guess she's gonna go eat it, but this group of guys stops her and she pulls her sword on them. Old Jedi shows up and the guys run away. Now we're back at the House of Black and White and old Jedi gives young sad girl her coin back. Then he takes off his mask to reveal that he's actually third person guy. A perfect 10 out of 10 on the predictability scale. Now third person guy lets young sad girl into the house. Why didn't he just let her into the house at the beginning of the episode? Did he have a girl over or something that he was trying to sleep with and he didn't want young sad girl getting in the way? This whole storyline could have happened in 10 seconds. We cut to the wall guy telling Legolas Queen's friend with the rope necklace that Legolas Queen doesn't belong here. And then we immediately cut to the wall guy dead on the street. So much for a fair trial. Legolas Queen tells Rope Necklace that he broke the law by killing wall guy, and he says that the Sons of the Harpies cannot take control, and they all need to die. Then Legolas Queen sends Rope Necklace to jail. I agree with Rope Necklace here. I mean, if you own slaves, you know what you're doing, you know you're being a big jerk. Everybody, they should all just die. We cut outside and everybody is yelling Misa at Legolas Queen. Sounds like a bunch of Jar Jar Binks out here. Legolas Queen starts giving a speech and then Rope Necklace gets escorted down to her. I think she's about to make an example of this guy and execute him in front of everybody. She tells the crowd that Rope Necklace murdered a man and his punishment is death. And then Leather Boy puts his sword up to Rope Necklace's neck. Everyone is yelling for her to have mercy, but she gives the signal and Leather Boy chops his head off. Everyone immediately turns into angry cats and starts hissing at Legolas Queen. And then a fight breaks out between the rich-looking people and the poor-looking people. That backfired big time. So was Rope Necklace an important character? I just met the guy and he's already dead. Also, who gets his necklace? We cut to later that night and Legolas Queen is on her balcony. One of her dragons lands near her and she tries to pet him, but he backs away from her and flies off. And then the episode ends. Dang, nobody likes Legolas Queen right now. Not even her dang dragon son. I don't really feel sad for her though. Probably because I saw the saddest thing ever last week. Guys, I have to be honest with you. I hated that episode. My favorite part was when it ended, and my least favorite part was watching the whole thing. It was like an hour long, and nothing interesting happened at all. This was probably the worst episode of the show that I've ever seen. And I'm not just saying that because it's almost 11 p.m. and I'm really tired. I might be saying that because it's almost 11 p.m. and I'm really tired. But nothing happened. Young Sad Girl's whole storyline made me super angry, but we did get to meet Uncle Kevin, and Uncle Kevin was great. So with all that being said, I'll give this episode a 1 out of 10. I know I'm being harsh, but that was not a good episode. Let's reach into these boxes and see which episode I'm gonna watch next. Season 2, Episode 1. Season 3, Episode 2. Season 4, Episode 9, Season 6, Episode 8, and last but not least, Season 3, Episode 1. There should be a poll right here, a box, for you to vote on to decide which episode I'm gonna watch next. Here's a graphic to show you which episodes I've already seen to help you make your decision. Some of you have been so nice to me and have supported me on Patreon, so did that look real? Did I pull that off? Anyways, time for some shoutouts. Sky the Cow. Sky the Cow, not a real name. Could be, but I'm gonna guess that's not your real name. Sky Cow is like the opposite of ground beef. Does that make sense? Ground beef is like ground cow. Sky Cow is sky. Thank you so much, Sky the Cow. Katie Jones. Katie Jones kind of sounds like a female version of Davy Jones. So, Katie, are you a pirate? If you are, I don't care. Thank you for the support. Jennifer Villarreal. Jennifer, you have a long name. That's a lot of letters. What's that, like 20 letters in your name? When you had to write your name on the top of your loose leaf paper in school, did you fill up the entire top section of the paper? Anyways, Jennifer, cool name, super long. Thank you so much for the support. Mary Odom. Odom. More like Mary O'Smart for supporting me on Patreon. That was very bad. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Mary. Fabian Peterson. Fabian, that's an interesting name. Is there a nickname for Fabian? Like Fabe? Can I call you Fabe? Or Ian? Is that where Ian comes from? From Fabian? No way. Thank you, Fabian. I've just discovered something, possibly. William Yelland. Yelland, huh? What's your brother's name? Nope. William Screamond? That's not how brothers work. But that's where I went. Thank you so much, William. Simon Malone. Simon, if you were born a girl, would your parents have named you Simone Malone? Because that would have been hilarious. You should change your name to Simone Malone. Thank you so much, Simon. And last but not least, we have Polemic92. Again, not a real name, but 1992 is a good year to be born. That's the year I was born. So you are probably roughly my age, Polemic. Thank you so much for the support. If you want to support me on Patreon and get a shout out at the end of one of my videos, click on the link in the description, or click on the button I'm gonna put at the end of this video. A couple of people also sent me money on PayPal last week, which was really cool. I just set up a PayPal account. So if you can't afford to support me on Patreon, but you still wanna send me like a couple bucks, hit me up on PayPal. I wanna thank Elon, David, and Samuel for sending me money on PayPal last week. That's the best, you guys are great. Next week I'm gonna be super busy with the Super Bowl and everything happening, so I'm not gonna be able to put out a Game of Thrones video on Monday. But I do promise to do something on Monday, so stay tuned. Okay, bye!